Speeding? Speed. Alright. Number 10. We have DJ Lucas's DJ Van Halen. An album that came out this year that really surprised many DJ Lucas fans, myself included. I mean, such grateful hits like Grateful Dead People in My Town, Blimey, let's see, what else? Quite the number of them. Hold on, let me just look at my, alright, let's just do this again. Let's just do this take again, alright? Let's just do this take again. Start over. We're rolling anyway. Alright, I'd like to open up this segment, number 10. Do you remember TikTok? That app that used to cause people to dance, but also was a national security threat? Well, this album helps single-handedly defeat that communist app, that Zoomerist crap. And let me tell you why. Because of songs like Old Grateful Dead People in My Town and Who's in That Prius? You know, songs that really just put TikTok on the back burner and then turn that shit up to 99. I'm talking about something that'll deep fry something and it'll never come back. Let's see, what else made this album great? There's also Blimey, Now or Never, DJ'nin', Being a Hater. Oh, what else? Yeah, it's a really good album. You should just do yourself a favor and listen to it, okay? Alright. Moving along here, we got number 9, which is Don Toliver's Heaven or Hell. So, this is a synth masterpiece, if I do say so myself. Hailing from the Cactus Jack camp himself, Don Toliver comes offering a unique blend of Texas Houston sound, along with the other modern commodities we've all known to love these past few months, I guess you could say. You got brilliant synth production from Mike Dean that's, sprinkled all over a ton of other projects that we've heard this year. Not to mention some of the great bangers and TikTok sensations, TikTok Temptation, such as the Can't Feel My Legs and No Idea, No Photos. I mean, you should go and download TikTok right now after listening to that album. Heavily recommend. Love the album. Let's see. Love what it stood for. Was that enough freestyling for the Don Toliver? It really is a good project. I've been listening to it for real on repeat. I mean, hopefully my ramblings were a little indicative of that. I have to stop fucking rhinoceros breathing into the mic. Okay! Number 8. You're going to be surprised for this one. I'll tell you that much. Or you'll hate me forever. You have The Slow Rush by Tame Impala. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could you put such a keynote album this high up on the list? Well, allow me to tell you why, alright? Allow me to tell you my thought process why. Well, it is a pretty great album considering the circumstances we found ourselves in. The fact that this is a 4-year pandemic and he starts the album with this one more year song, thinking that the pandemic will only last a couple months. It may only last a couple years. You know what? What are you trying to tell me, Kevin? You're making this beautiful album and then you won't even be able to tour on it. What are you doing to me? You're coming out with tracks like Posthumous Forgiveness. You're coming out with Instant Destiny. You're coming out with If You Think I Couldn't Hold My Own, Believe Me, I Can. And you're just disappointing us. It was a disappointment. Not bad. Not a bad little bit about Kevin Parker. We all love him. We all love KPK. Let's see. Silk Money. Now, you probably never heard about this guy before. Maybe you have. He spells his name with a little $S sign, Money Elk Money. I don't know. But this album he came out with, I can't even remember the title of it. I mean, if I throw it up, you'll know why. I mean, he kind of has a lot of JPEG Mafia-inspired song titles and album titles, but they're not that memorable at the end of the day. They're impactful, but I can't remember any of them. What does that say about me? The album, though, spectacular. I mean, beats are like some like creamy 1950s thing that's been thrown through a future loop, and then here we are now just fully enjoying it and loving what has been given to us, but definitely in the same vein, like politically inclined activist rap, like in that JPEG Mafia vein, and you're seeing a lot of other people come into that style of rapping. Really, though, I can't say more praise about that. Well, I could, and I will. Really, the production here is great. The attitude here, the message that is conveyed is very solid, strong, convincing. You can feel the pain and passion in this guy's delivery, and really think it's worth listening to. All right, clappity clap, stomp stomp, snap. What am I going to say about this next one? Number 6, Strange Art Rap Decisions by DJ Lucas. Now I know what you're thinking. That was a Strange Art Rap EP. What are you talking about? Well, listen, it's on the list, and I'll tell you why. When quarantine happened, DJ Lucas dropped I Just Entered the Art World, and it changed the game. The game was never the same after he dropped that. And he created art rap and brought us all into the strange art world together. And I thank him for that. I'm eternally grateful. It's just, a lot has changed since entering into the art world. It is a very complicated place.
I just entered the dark world. I created art rap.
Listen to the album. Number 5 is Run the Jewels 4. I mean, talk about dropping an album we needed when we needed it the most. The soundtrack of the political revolution that could have been. Killer Mike and LP aren't running for president, I'll tell you that much. But, I mean, the production on this album, sickening. The message here, they're hungry and thirsty. They're dehydrated. They want that fucking smoke. That politically activated CIA operative smoke. And, it's basically like this fucking rap album for the end of the world, it feels like. It feels like, we are every day inching closer to that pink golden fantasy of being locked up in some sort of techno jail, and I don't know, just the vibes here. I mean, they laid the blueprint for the vibes pretty clearly on this album, if you ask me. They kind of say, hey, you know what? Just looking around, taking the temperature of the room, things are a little, So then they drop this, which undoubtedly have helped us get through these times. I mean, Holy Calamafuck, Never Look Back. Many other great songs on this album. Definitely worth a listen. Definitely worth it, All right. After Hours. That Vampire Weekend? No. It's a weekend. Hold the Vampire. Speaking of dystopian synthy techno boom jail soundtracks, The Weeknd dropped his new album this year. And let's see, rampant drug use has gone up, so that's right on time for Abel. Let's see. Other great song. I mean, like, the opener of that album is like really just what put it here for me on this list, if you ask me. That like Home Again or After, I don't even know what it's fucking called, but like that like synthy techno breakdown that they do halfway through with the beat change. I'm just like, I'm so here for that. They're showing up with the fucking techno cuffs and they're putting them on me while this like song's going on, and I'm just going away with I don't know you, and I'm alone because they're putting me in a jail cell afterwards. So yeah, honestly this album was really good, and believe it or not, the deluxe had like a couple good offerings, especially that like very last track was something about like a final lullaby, and you know, maybe that's the song they play as they're giving you the injection. All right, now we're getting down to the real three. I'ma keep it gangsta. All right, listen. Key, with an exclamation point at his name, came out with an album. I love you. Say it back. And it was freaking amazing. It was fire. It was ice, it was cold, it was lightning, all the elements, windy. But I do gotta say, I mean, it was just an excellent pop rap album of the likes that, you know, someone like Drake would put out if he had a bit more fun and sauce and swag, and wasn't so caught up in changing diapers these days. But you know, he really delivered, Key did, on this project. Fat Man Key, as several of the online community has referred to him as. I don't know. I guess there's several other keys, you know. There's Kingdom Hearts Key. There's Keyblade Man. Let's see, who else? Yeah, that album, great. I mean, not to mention a peak 2020 reference to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith prior to the entanglement, estrangement, whatever you want to call it. So it's a little kind of funny how that happened. Let's see, what else? Other nights, other songs like Spend One Night With It. Great. YND, let's see, what else? Really, that album is just fun. If you want like a fun album that's like poppy and rappy, I suggest that one. So, it's fun. I don't know if I had the best things to say here. Alright, number 2, what can I say about it? Naeem, STARTISHA, the album. Saw him open up for Bon Iver's Big Red Machine a couple years ago. I was like, who is this? Turns out his name was Naeem. He dropped an album this year, and it was really great. And allow me to tell you why. Why, you ask? Well, it has that little Bon Iver sprinklings on it, and then 2, I know that's gonna infuriate some people that I'm just assigning that's greatness because another guy's on there, but you know what? There's a lot of uniqueness on this album. You know, he approached this like pop rap album. I know the last one was a pop rap album, but this one has a bit of a saucy queerness thrown on there, and I mean, you know, living in the identity politics bubble of 2020, that's going to boost your economy sales. I found the self-titled STARTISHA track to be really great. What else? They're fun-loving tracks. They're full of emotional swells. I just really like the album. What can I say? You and I, great. Simulation, great. Let Us Rave, good. Woo Woo Woo, good. Us, yeah, that's good. Stone Harper was great. Right Here, great. STARTISHA and Tiger Song, all great. So I just read you the list of songs on there. Check them out. Pick one, please. What the? All right. Please check it out. All right. I got the number 1 album of the year. You ready? Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal ATAKE, the Deluxe Edition! Love versus the World 2. Now, why, you're wondering? Well, let me tell you, straight up. It's because all the hype going into Uzi's project actually paid off, and then he birthed basically the trend of 2020, which is releasing a whole nother body of work tacked on, grafted on like a pair of goat testicles onto your fucking project and calling it a deluxe edition. And you know what? He gave us that, and that was almost arguably better than the original project, which consisted of kind of like throwaways and other tracks like that had maybe kind of been leaked and hinted at before. But that album is actually pretty great too. And then you have like songs like Celebration Station and Homecoming, not to mention Pop and all these other things that just like became fucking huge ass things like Balenci, 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 Balenci. But, you know, pretty much what I had to consider we're putting it at the number one slot was like, how many tracks are on this album and how many of them are good? And you know what? It's mainly a project of great songs. And a couple does here and there, but it's like a freaking hour and 47-minute long project. So there have been movies that have been worse than this album. So it's like, what are we even going to do here, you know? Uzi's going to win an Oscar for this album, it seems. It's Oscar worthy, you know? And no one's going to show up this year not because of COVID-19, but because they're going to be embarrassed by Uzi when he comes and just like steals all the awards away. It's going to be bananas. So, do I recommend that album? Yes. Should you listen to it? Of course. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, add me on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook. Add me on Twitter. Dox me. Make sure you find my IP address, you know. Let's see, what else can we do? Triangulate my position. Yeah, you know, let's just get past this whole following other people on like social media on a digital platform and just go straight to the stalking part. Let's do that. All right, I'm signing off, and you'll get another video like this when I feel like it.